What's up, YouTube? I picked up a 320i BMW recently, and I wanted to make a quick video, show you around, and do a quick review. Let's go ahead and check it out. This is my 2013 BMW 320i, pearl white. It has around 116,000 miles now, and so we'll get to see how it's holding up. So this car is about 7 years old, and as you can see, the paint is still looking good. Definitely a fan of BMW paint. It's good quality. It doesn't oxidize like a lot of the Nissan paints and other car makes. You know, the paint doesn't hold up as well. This paint is looking great. The exterior styling is still relevant. Looks pretty modern. The nice thing about buying a used BMW is that the exteriors don't change as much. They make minor changes, so your car won't look dated. It'll look pretty relevant and similar to the newer models. These wheels are pretty good looking, and with the BMWs they do sit lower, so you can see in that wheel well there's not much of a gap. It sits nice and low. Biggest complaint about BMWs though is the mechanical components and reliability. Let's go ahead and check out the engine. So with this 3 Series, this engine that BMW uses is very popular. Very low maintenance, 2-liter twin turbo. Fuel economy is somewhere around 36 highway and 24 city. It's a very fuel efficient vehicle. It also has the power when you need it. If you're ever buying a used BMW, you gotta make sure you're checking for oil leaks, and which are very common. And the nice thing is, when I bought this, there were no oil leaks or anything of concern. It is in pretty good shape. But like I was saying, the 3 Series is very low maintenance compared to, you know, the larger SUVs and sedans, you know, the 5 Series, 7 Series and whatnot. Let's check out the interior. Now, BMW is known to not have the greatest interiors, and they're not the best at making seats. So these standard seats, I really don't enjoy these. I prefer, if you get one of these vehicles, that you opt for the sport seats. They're much more comfortable and they do have a lot more support. As you can see, this is a flat seat that I would not want to spend a long time in. In terms of the dash and the electronics on board, I don't mind the design, but a lot of people are saying that it's gotten pretty stale, that it still looks pretty outdated, when other car makers have been introducing a lot more revolutionary technology in their vehicles. Common theme from this year is a lot of car makers started adding these pop-up screens that sit on the dash. You'll see that in Audi and Mercedes as well. And something that you'll remember from 2013 is the start-stop started becoming a feature. That's where, you know, when you come to a stop at a red light, the car will shut off to try to conserve fuel. You gotta remember, fuel prices were a bit higher in 2013, and so that feature, I mean, it's not the greatest, but it was a selling point for a lot of these new vehicles. People thought, you know, they're saving fuel. But now that it's a used vehicle over 100,000 miles, that feature is actually pretty annoying. Every time it shuts off, I'm wondering how much life is left in the starter before I have to replace it. Let's go ahead and fire it up. And I have to talk about BMW Turn Signals. They do confuse a lot of the BMW owners, and you'll see a lot of them on the road not use their turn signals at all. And so if you push it down, you got your left blinker on. To cancel it, you would push it down again. You push it up, you got your right, and you push it up to cancel it again. I guess that's too much for some people to understand. Another unique feature a lot of BMWs have is your lock and unlock button is right here. You don't have it on the door, so you just have one universal button right here. Radio and AC controls are pretty standard. This shift knob right here, it's not bad. I don't mind the design. It looks pretty futuristic. You do have drive modes right here: Eco, Comfort, and Sport. I don't recommend Eco, it's very sluggish. But, you know, Comfort or Sport is the way to go. The Idrive system is pretty easy to use. Now this is the standard model. It does not have navigation. But you can control everything with this dial right here, and you get a nice display of different vehicle health states and dynamics. You can check on the oil level, you can check other maintenance items and make sure everything is good to go. One thing to note is there are a lot of sensors on board. It'll tell you, certain things that you wouldn't normally get in another car. A lot of Japanese cars won't even tell you these things, but the BMWs will tell you if your washer fluid is low. It'll tell you if your oil is low and things like that. There's a sensor for everything, and it'll trigger an error here in this screen, so you'll always know what's going on. You have this nice little storage, and underneath you have the cup holders. This is optional, you can remove it, but it does look pretty neat. Do have aux and USB in the center. Let's go ahead and check out the back seat. Headroom is pretty decent back here. You do have the adjustable headrest as well, so you can make sure you're comfortable. You get the cup holders and the armrest. Rear vents are also standard. I'm 5'8" and I do have plenty of leg room with the driver's seat pretty far back. If you put a car seat back here, your kid's gonna have plenty of space. Unfortunately, you don't get a trunk pass-through, and these seats do not fold down. Trunk is modest size. It'll get the job done. But again, like I said, that back seat does not fold down, which is a pretty important feature. Well, there it is, a quick static review of the 3 Series. I will look into doing a driving review and on-the-road impressions in a follow-up video. Thanks for watching, guys. Consider subscribing for more content. Have a great day.